Paul. Oh, Chris Paul. Ooh, it's got to go in, Smitty. It's got to go in.
Here's Paul. Oh, heading right back to the Hornets. Here is Paul ducking inside. Boy, is he quick.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Man, it's your boy Rick, man. I'm back again, LIB Media, baby. I'm here to make a video. I know I didn't make a Super Bowl video, but it's kind of because the Super Bowl kind of went the way I expected it to go. So that's kind of why I didn't really make a video on it. I kind of expected the Seahawks to win. Probably not in the fashion they win, but it kind of went the way I predicted it, which was kind of, surprising because normally you make Super Bowl predictions and they don't go that way. So either or, y'all check out my Sam Darnold video I made talking about what I felt needed to happen if the Seahawks won the Super Bowl, and they did that. So I checked that video out. But here we're here to talk about Chris Paul, CP3, the point guard himself, has officially retired from basketball. Kind of got retired unofficially, a little while, but before that, when the Clippers sent him home, once the Clippers sent him home, that was like it for him. That was the end of the Chris Paul era. One of the players I think kind of stayed around a little bit too long, so it's like it's going to affect his numbers a little bit, and his overall career is going to look a little worse than what it should. But me, I am a true, real Chris Paul fan. And when I say the true, real Chris Paul fans, I'm talking about us that's born in the 90s. So we seen Chris Paul in New Orleans, when he got drafted. That Chris Paul, that was on the Hornets. The Chris Paul that was in his prime, averaging like 22 points and 11 assists, was winning the assist leader all the time. 12-time All-Star, 5-time assist champ, always played defense, got a bunch of steals. Went to Wake Forest, kind of where he grew up at, around that area. 9-time all defense, all 75 team. 11-time all NBA rookie of the year. That Chris Paul, before he got to the Clippers, who was a dog, man. He was just fun to watch. Still had his shiftiness, had his crossover. The midi was always good. That Marion jumper was pure, and he always had it. That was something that I love. I just love the greatness with him being undersized. He was only like 6 foot. As people say, he might have been 5'11", 5'10", but always had a place on the court, was great at setting up his teammates, man. Did a lot. He gets to the Clippers. And then, they have the Lob City era, right? Was a great player there. They never quite got over the hump. But, after he left the Clippers, that's when, he became just an asset type of player. He wasn't really a star much no more when he got to the Rockets. I don't think he was like a superstar. He was still a very, very good player to have. You put him on side of James Harden. They could have probably beat the Warriors for all we know if he doesn't get hurt in that series. And then, he has 2 seasons that really solidified what he was. His presence on the court was Phoenix, and what was the other one I'm missing? OKC. Those 2 years takes an OKC team to the playoffs that everybody think is dead in the water after Russell Westbrook is gone. Takes a Phoenix team to the finals with Devin Booker, a Phoenix team that wasn't even a playoff team before that. They drafted DeAndre Ayton. Devin Booker was emerging as the star that we know he is, and Chris Paul came in and put it all together. Well-coached team. Chris Paul was setting everybody up, man. And he was just showing why he was needed. That's when he started to age. So, the shiftiness wasn't there, but it was still, he can still, hit that midi at a high clip. He can still use his brain to score points. And, the ultimate just true point guard, man. Like when I was coming up, man, I used to hoop and I used to be like, man, I love the idea of point guards, like, true point guards, not the scoring guards we see now, but the Chris Paul kind of players, man. Like get everybody involved, pushing the ball up the court, fast break, beautiful passes, man, with the handle, like man, that Chris Paul, man, and shooting the midi. You know what I mean? Shooting the midi, that was his shot. All the time he could get it off a midi and a floater. I'm not even gonna lie. I can easily say, when I used to play basketball, not that I've been no star or nothing like that, but when I used to play, you know what I mean? Whether I was on the team or at the park or something, you could definitely say I took a lot of stuff from Chris Paul, man, and put it inside my game, man. He made, people around that height, to play in the league amongst giants, right, and be that effective, man, was just a super beautiful thing, man. I'm happy for Chris Paul. His career should be celebrated. Don't really like the way he went out, but that's what happens. The NBA isn't. It's more of a young man's league than it ever was, and they don't really care about the old folks that much, even if you put a lot into it. Especially because Chris Paul never was like on one team for a super long time. I think for the teams, they've done farewell tours from people who went to other organizations, but you think about somebody like, of course, Steph, right? Like he played his whole career in Golden State. Knock on wood, but that's what we expect. So Golden State will make it a big thing when it's time for him to walk away from the game. And I think Chris Paul did not get that, and he just stayed around a little too long. But a great player for those who remember him, man, from 2005 to 2013, real Chris Paul, man, the athlete, the hooper, the everything, man. So shouts to Chris Paul, man, one of my favorite players of all time. Love and blessings, man. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Chris Paul. Some people got him as a top 5 point guard of all time. I've heard all kind of other stuff, but y'all let me know what y'all think about Chris Paul, man. And y'all boys just I appreciate everybody for tuning in. This been your boy Rick, man, and I'm out of here. Y'all take care.